Chairperson, you have a quorum to conduct business.
Thank you. Are there any communications?
Not at this time.
Okay, so with that, we'll move into the public hearing. For those of you who haven't joined us, let me give you a quick explanation of how we conduct business. The city will call the case by the case number. They'll read a short synopsis of the case. We ask you as the appellant to step up to the podium, sign in while you're there. I think it asks for your name and your address. And then verbally give us your name and address for the record and explain to us what you're asking for and why. We will open it up to public comment, and then the board will deliberate, make a decision. We ask you to stay in the front row during that time in case we have any questions for you. And then we'll make a decision and then move on to the next case. So with that, can I have a motion to take this? I'm sorry, yes?
If I might, do you want me to read it? And then
Sure,
you could.
that'd be fine.
Okay. So for ZBA case 1810, which is a table case, the appellant, Hatem Hawana Hanawa, builder representing the owner, Habib Shamami of 12 and Evergreen Clark LLC, is requesting the following from the board. Canopy setback variance of 33 feet 6 inches, 40 feet required, 6 foot 6 inches proposed. The property is located on the southwest corner of 12 Mile Road and Evergreen Roads at 20041 West 12 Mile Road, Sidwell parcel 2415226-030, Zone B3, General Business. This appeals to Section 5.169, Paragraph 2, Subsection C, Article 18, Chapter 45 of the Southfield City Code, more commonly known as the zoning ordinance.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to take it off the table?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, good evening. Can you step right up to the microphone, please?
Sure. Habib Shamami from 12 and Evergreen. Stop and go, it's called stop and go right now. So what I'm asking, I'm trying to remodel. What I'm asking to put a new canopy, new pumps. Oh. Sorry. Thank you. How are you? Sorry. So I'm not asking for a major thing. I'm just trying to remodel the station to keep it up with the rest of it. You know, this rest of the world. It's very old and needs to be updated.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Will the city read the findings of fact?
Yes, for ZBA case 1810, the appellant, Hatem Hanawa, builder representing the owner, Habib Shamami of 12 and Evergreen Clark LLC, is requesting the following from the board. For canopy setback variance of 33 feet 6 inches, 40 feet required, 6 foot 6 inches proposed along 12 Mile Road, and a variance of 4 feet, 40 feet required, 36 feet proposed along Evergreen Road, and that is a change to the legal notice. The property is located on the southwest corner of 12 Mile and Evergreen Roads at 20041 West 12 Mile Road, Sidwell parcel 2415226-030, Zone B3, General Business. The property is currently developed with a stop-and-go gasoline station. Property to the north across 12 Mile Road is Zone B3, General Business, and developed with a Shell gasoline station. The property to the west and south, properties to the west and south, are Zone B3, General Business, and are developed with the Country Village Shopping Center. The property to the east across Evergreen Road is developed with the Evergreen Plaza Shopping Center and a bank. The proposed site contains 0.34 acres of land with 125 feet of frontage on 12 Mile Road at a depth of 125 feet along Evergreen Road. The recently approved site plan proposes the demolition of the existing gas station canopy and the construction of a new 2,090 square foot canopy with 2 additional pumps with protective concrete islands. The parking required for this site is 7 spaces and the proposed are 8 spaces. The setback waiver request is for a new pump canopy only. There is no portion of the primary enclosed structure that will be within the 40 feet of any existing right-of-way line. The canopies are considered as structures because they possess a roof. The proposed canopy will be set back approximately 34 feet from the curb line along the 12 Mile Road, and 56 feet from the curb line along Evergreen Road. However, the zoning ordinance requires a 40-foot setback from the property line. The existing canopy to be demolished has the same setback to the north property line as the proposed canopy. The setback to the east property line, however, will be less than what is existing by 9 feet. 45 feet is existing, 36 feet is proposed. The larger canopy is being proposed for the convenience of the gas station patrons by providing protection from the elements. The existing canopy covers 1 pump. The new canopy proposes to cover 4 pumps, 2 existing and 2 new. The proposed canopy location does not cause encroachment into minimum driveways, widths, or required parking, does not decrease vehicular circulation on the site, and does not hinder customer and fuel delivery vehicles. Access to existing or proposed fuel pumps.
Okay, thank you. Do you agree with those facts?
Yes, am I correct one thing, though? We're going with the 4 pumps instead of 5. So the
Okay,
canopy is going to be covering the 4 pumps.
4, okay.
So we're going to have the one on the side is going to, so we have even bigger area, open area.
Oh, okay. Okay, will the city read the recommendation, please?
Staff's recommendation is for favorable consideration based upon the following findings. All waivers requested will have minimal adverse effects on the surrounding properties, especially since the existing pump canopy has the same setback from the north property line. And there is 56 feet to the Evergreen Road curb line to the east, which is a substantial distance. The larger canopy provides an amenity to the site for the convenience of patrons by way of protection from the elements. And the proposed canopy location does not create encroachments into minimum driveway widths or parking or required parking, does not decrease vehicular circulation on the site, and does not hinder customer and fuel delivery vehicle access to the existing or proposed fuel pumps.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you want to add? Okay, so we will open it up to public comment. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this case? Seeing none, we'll close public comment and open it up to the board. Mr. Wygum?
I have no problem with this. I think it's a nice addition. I go along with it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bussell?
This is a question to the staff. Was there a previous variance that allowed for that decreased setback?
I think that existing was legal non-conforming. I don't remember us coming to the board for a waiver. Maybe the appellant would remember coming previously for a waiver for that?
Not that I remember.
I don't remember one.
No, I don't either. So it must have been an existing non-conformity is the only thing I can think of.
Okay. The second question was, there wasn't an elevation view for the awning. Is it the same height as the existing awning?
I believe so, yes.
I mean, have you had it designed yet, or are you just?
It's designs. They got all the,
Did you have
it
an
all here.
elevation view of it?
Elevation,
All I had was the
everything.
plan.
That's all it is. There's no elevation drawings. So is it, if I might, through the chair to Mr. Bussell, so, and to the appellant, so is it going to be the same, is it a 2-pole, is it a 4-pole? I mean, does it look the same as the existing one? I assume that's what you're asking.
Honestly, the architect is not here. He's the one who gave you all the plans, so it's including that, so. I don't know, he's using 2 or 4 poles.
I was not worried about the pole so much as the height, make sure it wasn't gonna cause any obstruction of view, but as long as it's the same height, I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, yeah, we're not gonna go no lower, I'll tell you. It'll be the same height.
All right, I'm good.
Ms. Leslie?
Yeah, all my concerns were answered in the background information from the city, and I concur with the city.
Okay, and I do as well. So with that, Mr. Wygum, will you make a motion, please?
Sure. In regard to ZBA case 18-0010, the appellant Hatem Hanawa Builder, representing the owner Habib Shumami of 12 and Evergreen Clark, requesting following waiver from the board. Canopy setback variance 33 feet, .6 inches, 40 feet required, 6 feet 6 inches proposed along 12 Mile Road on a variance of 4 feet, 40 feet required, 36 feet proposed along Evergreen Road. The property is located at the southwest corner of 12 Mile and Evergreen Roads at 20041 West 12 Mile Road, period. I move that we grant this waiver and that all waivers requested will have a minimal adverse effect on the surrounding properties, especially since the existing pump canopy has the same setback from the north property line, and there are 56 feet to the Evergreen Road curb line to the east, which is substantial distance. The larger canopy provides an amenity to the site for the convenience of patrons by way of protection from the elements. The proposed canopy location does not cause encroachment into minimum driveway width or required parking, does not decrease vehicular circulation at the site, and does not hinder customer and fuel delivery and vehicle access to existing or proposed fuel pumps.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Will the city call the next case, please?
Yes, for ZBA case 1901, the appellant Robert Cliff, architect of MGA Architects, representing the owner, Mike Kostakis, DDS, is requesting the following from the board for a 1-foot variance to construct a porch addition, 22.5 feet required, 21.5 feet proposed. Property is located on the south side of 12 Mile Road between Evergreen and Ranchwood Roads at 20307 West 12 Mile Road, Sidwell parcel 2415226-035, zoned OS Office Service. This appeal is to section 5.194S, Article 22, Chapter 45 of the Southfield City Code, more commonly known as the zoning ordinance.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hi there.
Hi.
My name is Robert Cliff with MGA Architects, 4351 Delamere Court, Royal Oak, Michigan. I'm here tonight to represent Dr. Kostakis, and I'm the architect for his project, which is taking an existing older, non-conforming building courtesy of the setbacks and converting it into a dental office. We're currently under construction. The porch canopy is sort of the last phase of the project, and we've been waiting for the Zoning Board of Appeals approval for this. The challenge is that the existing building sits over the setback by 1 foot. Subsequently, our porch addition sits 1 foot over the setback, just like the building it does. All it consists of is 2 posts and a small roof, and it will form the new entrance to Dr. Kostakis' new dental office.
Okay. Will the city read the findings of fact, please?
For ZBA case 1901, the appellant Robert Clift, architect of MGA Architects, representing the owner, Mike Kostakis, DDS, is requesting the following from the board for a 1-foot variance to construct a porch addition, 22.5 feet required, 21.5 feet proposed. The property is located on the south side of 12 Mile Road between Evergreen and Ranchwood Roads at 20307 West 12 Mile Road, Sidwell parcel 2415226-035, zoned OS Office Service. The subject property is developed with a dental office building. The property to the north is zoned OS Office Service and developed with the Better Business Bureau of Southeastern Michigan. The properties to the east and west are zoned OS Office Service and are developed with the Shiraz Law Firm and a multi-tenant office building, respectively. The properties to the south are zoned R2, single-family residential, and are developed with single-family homes fronting Roseland Street. The site contains .79 acres of land with 230 feet of frontage on 12 Mile Road at a depth of 150 feet. The approved site plan indicates the construction of a 348 square foot porch addition to the northwest corner of the existing building, which will be in line with and will not encroach any further north than the existing building's front facade. The existing structure on the property is non-conforming in terms of front yard setback. The original site plan approved in 1973 and constructed in 1974 indicated a proper front yard setback of 22.5 feet. It is unclear how and when the nonconformity was created. The existing front yard setbacks for the buildings to both the east and west are at the same setback or are closer to the front property line.
Okay, thank you. Do you agree with those facts?
Yes, I do.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Not at this time.
Okay, will the city read the recommendation, please?
Staff's recommendation is to approve based on the following. The variance request will have minimal adverse effects on the surrounding properties. The existing building has been non-conforming in terms of front yard setback for more than 45 years. The buildings to the east and west also do not meet the 22.5-foot front yard setback requirement and have been in existence as such for 40 and 48 years respectively. The variance request is due to the addition of the porch only. Neither the existing building nor the addition will be closer to the front property line than what currently exists. The proposed site plan not only indicates the porch addition, but also addresses maintenance items, barrier-free compliance, landscape upgrades, which will greatly improve the aesthetics of the site, and the waiver as requested is in keeping with the spirit and intent of the zoning ordinance.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Not at this time.
Okay, we'll open it up to the public. Is there anybody from the public who wishes to speak to this case? Seeing none, we'll close public comment and open it to the board. Ms. Leslie?
Sure. I can see no reason to deny this, but I do want to say to the city, you said there'll be have minimal adverse effect. I say there'll be no adverse effect on this, for this, and I think that we should approve it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Bustle?
Yeah, I don't have anything to add.
Okay, Mr. Wygum?
I'm having a hard time understanding. I don't have a problem with what they're doing, but I have a hard time understanding what you said, Ed. A variance, an addition of 22.5 feet required, 21.5 feet proposed. Is that what you mean? What,
22.5 feet required, 21.5 feet proposed, so it's a 1-foot variance.
1 foot less than it is what you're saying?
Yes, it's required is 22.5, what they're going to build is 21.5, so they need a foot of a variance. They need a foot of setback variance.
And this is based because they did it wrong in the beginning?
Yeah, if I might, through the chair to Mr. Wygum, I think we're going back to 1973 and 74. You know, maybe it's hard to tell, you
A
know,
lot to do about nothing.
a foot
I
difference.
don't have a problem.
I wasn't even allowed to ride my bike over there then.
All right, I don't have any questions either. So, Mr. Bustle, will you make a motion?
Yes. In the case of ZBA case 19-01, the appellant Robert Cliff, architect of MG Architects, representing the owner, Mike Kostakos, DDS, is requesting the following from the board: a 1-foot variance to construct a porch addition, 22.5 feet required, 21.5 feet proposed. Property is located on the south side of 12 Mile Road between Evergreen and Ranchwood Roads at 20307 West 12 Mile Road, Sidwell parcel number 2415-226-035, zoned OS office surface. I move that we grant the 1-foot waiver with the following, this is the variance request will have a minimal adverse effect on the surrounding properties. The existing building has been non-conforming in terms of front yard building setback for more than 45 years. The buildings to the east and west also do not meet the 22.5-foot front yard setback requirement and have been in existence as such for 40 and 48 years respectively. The variance request is due to the addition of a porch only. Neither the existing building nor the addition will be closer to the front property line than what currently exists. The proposed site plan not only indicates the porch addition, but also addresses maintenance items, barrier-free compliance, and landscape upgrades which will greatly improve the aesthetics of the site. The waiver, as requested, is in keeping with the spirit and intent of the zoning ordinance.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so that's the end of the public hearing. We'll move on to minutes. We have a set of minutes from November 13th, 2018. I had one very small change on page 2, line 11, just is to as. You as the appellant.
You is?
It's possible, I said it, but I meant you as.
Was that Ed speaking?
No, it's me.
You.
That's me. That's all
You
I
is
saw.
good.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody have anything else?
I don't.
No? Okay.
I have page 39, is something silly again. On line 19 and 20, I couldn't figure it out. It says, and we're very much taking the opportunity not to just name change, but wayfinding. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I mean, we've discussed that wayfinding is a defined term, like finding your way around a site. So wayfinding is actually a
So
phrase
it's-
used in the industry.
Directional signs, basically.
So it's got, it would have little italicized around it or something like that, wayfinding?
Dash, okay. Dash, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So with those two changes, can I have a motion to approve the minutes for November 13th, 2018?
I so move.
So approved.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, and discussion of our meeting on March 5th.
We had 3 cases, 2 commercials and 1 residential case in that meeting, so.
Okay. I want to remind you that I will not be here on March 5th.
We're kind of, the minutes are back in November. Are we going to try to get caught up here?
We haven't had that many meetings, honestly,
Not really.
right? I
You're
mean, we
right.
maybe have one,
You're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
One a month?
But one was a long one.
Right.
Did Ascension need these minutes in order to put up their signs? Okay.
Okay. Okay, any miscellaneous besides Miss Lesney's expected absence?
I don't know that I accept that.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell my granddaughter that I couldn't come to her wedding because I had to come to a zoning board meeting.
She'll appreciate that.
All right, so can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.